Hi guys, welcome to Dupi Animations, and today we are going to be doing a birthday slide templates video animation. Okay, so not to waste time, let's open After Effects. Alright, so I have my After Effects open here. Let's create a new composition of something like 1080 by 1080. Okay, and let's name it picture 1. Picture 1. Okay. Alright. So we have our picture 1 composition here. Now let's create a new solid layer. White. Okay. Alright. Now let's go for the rulers. Come to View, Show Rulers. Then let's use the rulers to mark the middle points. Okay. Now select the solid layer. Then come to the masking tools. Then select, double click on the ellipse tool to cut the solid layer into a perfect circle. Okay. Now under the solid layer, duplicate mask 1, which is Ctrl D to duplicate. Okay. Alright. Now let's select the mask 2. Double click to select mask 2. Then hold the shift key. Then drag the edge of the marks in. Okay. Like this. Okay. Something like this is okay. Still on mask 2. Instead of add, let's change from add to subtract. Then we have something like this. Okay. Now let's bring the assets or materials to be used. So let me open the folder here and import these materials here in. Okay. So the first picture, let me bring it underneath this. Let me scale it down. So somewhere here is okay. Alright. Let me mask the image so that it will be underneath the ring. Okay, so it will be something like this. Let me just. Alright. Now duplicate the ring. Duplicate the ring. Okay. Now let me hide the top one. Now the bottom one, right click on it. Then come to Layer Style. Then click on Drop Shadow. Okay. Drop Shadow. Then under Drop Shadow, distance, let's go 0. The size, let's go a bit in. So this is okay. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to animate the ring on top. So let's bring it back. Let's double click on M to bring out the mask. What we are going to do is we are going to drag the inner marks in, or we are going to use the inner marks to do an animation. So maybe I want the ending to be somewhere here. So marks 2, let me set a key there on marks path. Then bring the timeline backwards. Okay. Somewhere maybe here. Then double click on marks 2. Then drag it in. Hold the shift key, then drag it in. Okay. So just like this. So somewhere here is okay. Okay, let me leave it like this. So you have something like this. You see? So select the 2 keys, then you can easily ease them. So let's see. You see that? Okay. So you can duplicate it again. Ctrl D to duplicate. Okay. Now, the top one, move the timeline a bit in. Then give it, hit C for opacity, then give it an opacity of something like 50%. Okay. Then drag the timeline in again. So it'd be something like this. Let's see. Okay. So this is okay. Alright. So this is for our picture 1. Okay. Now let's create another composition here. Let's make it HD 1920 by 1080 and let's name it scene 1. Okay, then click OK. Okay, so inside scene 1, this is what you are going to do. First, let's bring the image, which is the picture 1. Just click and drag it in. Let me reduce the duration here is 2. Let me give it something like 10. 10 is okay. So with our picture 1 inside the scene 1, let's make it 3D. Okay, now let's bring the balloons. So this balloon, let me bring this one in. Let's make it 3D. Hit P for position. Okay, then bring it in front of the image. Okay, then let me position it at this side. All right, now bring the anchor point to the bottom of the balloon. So somewhere here is okay. We are going to give the balloon a simple rotational animation or a simple swing animation. All right, so hit R for rotation. On 2 frames, let's see, on Z, rotation Z, let's go something like 17. Then set a key. Then the beginning, let's go minus. So minus 10 from the beginning. Then a positive 17. So let's see. I'm coming. Let me put the distance to half so that our speed will be a bit faster. So you have something like this. A bit of swing there, you see. Okay, so this is enough. So just select the 2 keys, then easy ease them. Okay, then you copy them. Then you come to frame 4, then paste them again. Okay, frame 8, then you paste them again. Okay, now let's see what we have. Okay, you see how nicely the balloon is swinging smoothly. All right, so all that you have to do is just duplicate this one, then place it on the other side. Okay, so now what's left is just you arranging the balloons the way you want on the screen there. Okay, so this is okay. Then you duplicate again, then hit position. Let's move it backwards. Let me scale it up. Let me see rotation. Let me select the entire keys here. Right click on the keys, then reverse the keyframes. Okay, then let me move it out a bit. Okay, so this is okay. So you can still duplicate. At this point, you are just arranging. So be creative and arrange the way you want your animation to look. Okay, then you scale this one to up. Then let's move it to this side a bit. Okay, so you can leave it like this. You can decide to add more balloons if you want. So let me see this one. Let me duplicate this one, hold the Alt key, then click and drag this one to replace this. Okay, then hit position. Let me bring this balloon out. Okay, so this is okay. All right, for time's sake, let me reduce it to these few balloons. When doing yours, take your time and arrange it well. Okay, so this is okay. So now what you are going to do is let's insert in a camera. So let's right click in new, then camera. Okay, then click OK. Okay, then camera, hit P for camera position, then hold the Alt key, then click on the stopwatch to bring out where to write an expression. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to use wiggle expression on the camera. Okay, So let's type wiggle into brackets. Let me go something like 3 comma 100. Okay. All right. So now let's see what we have. You see that the scene is wiggling because of the camera. So after this, let's right click in new and bring a null object. Null object, make it 3D. So we are going to link all the images within the scene to the null object here. Okay. Now hit P on the null object, then drag the images backwards. So something like this is okay. All right. So now let's see what we have. Okay. This is okay. All right. So now on the null object, hit P. For the first animation that you are going to do on the null object, P is for position. So let's set an ending key for it. Then bring the timeline to the beginning. Then go something like zoom out so that the entire thing goes back or disappears a bit. So this is okay. So it will come like this. Come to the screen like this. Okay. See that? All right. So this is for the first animation. Okay. So when it comes like this, stay there small. Maybe our next animation, the disappearance, let's say it will go this direction. Okay, it will go this direction. See that? Okay. Now, from here to here, the direction here, what you have to do is duplicate one of the balloons and use it as a bridge within here, so that that particular place won't be empty. Okay, so you see. Okay, so this one, maybe let me change the color of the balloon here to the pink one. Hold the Alt key, then replace it. Okay, then let me scale it up. So this is okay. So this for our scene one animation. See, it comes in like this. Zoom in, it comes in. Then go to the left side. Okay. All right. Now, picture one, our picture one. Let's duplicate it. Control D. Maybe 3 times D. So now let's open picture 2, then picture 3. So on picture 2, let's replace the image under it. So let me see. Let me see this image. Let me replace it. Then delete the one under. So let me scale this one down. So this is okay. So now let me draw a circle around it. Let me mask this one so that it will be underneath the circle. Okay. Now let me move it in. So this is okay. So this is the second image inside our picture 2. Okay. Now let's come to picture 3. Let's clear this image. Then bring the third image in. Let's scale it also down. S for scale, remember. And let's scale it down. Okay. Now go for the ellipse 2. Then hold the shift key. Then draw a circle across. Right? Now double click on one side of the mask. Then move it in. That's all. So now we have finished changing all the images in the picture compositions. Okay, so we have 3 picture compositions here. All right. So now let's duplicate scene 1 to have scene 2. Now let's open scene 2. Okay, so this is our scene 2. In scene 1, the ending of the animation, all the items in the animation went to the left side. Okay, so in scene 2, what you're going to do is we move the items from the right and come to the middle. All right. So let's come to position on the null objects, then take off all the key animations here. Okay. After taking off the old animation keys, set a new animation key, an ending key first, then move the timeline forward. Okay. Then with our null object selected, let's move the objects all to the right side. You see that? So like I said, the objects will come from the right and come and land in. Okay. All right. So now let me move it. Let me move it in a bit more. So okay. All right. So let me select the keys that make it easy ease. Let me check the first one. Let me check the scene 1, 2 and see whether no, I did not do the easy ease. So let me select them, the keyframes, the easy ease them. Okay. Now let's come to scene 2. So once it comes in, it will stay there small. Okay. It will stay there small. Let's set an ending key. So how should this one disappear? So let's make this one just zoom in. Okay. To bring out the next animation. Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay. So this is okay. So now let's duplicate the scene 2 to have scene 3. Okay. Now scene 3. Like always, let's take away all the keys so that we will set a new keys in scene 3 too. Okay. Now let's set an ending key here. Then move the timeline backwards to the beginning. So what we do is our scene 3 will bring out the next image. Okay. So let's see. Let's zoom in towards us. Let's zoom in towards us. This is for scene 3. So this is okay. Let me ease it. So we have something like this. Okay. Now I think we are done here. Okay. Now let's do some final touches here. Let's go back to scene 1. Okay. What we are going to do is this. We are going to create some kind of some particles. Okay, let's create some particles on the images or in the scene. All right. So let's right click in, new, then select solid layer. Let me make it black. Okay. Now come to effect and type CC particle world. This one. Then double click to apply it. You see that? Okay. So now let's come here. The grid position, let me change it to world. Let me see. Longevity, let me go something like 2.3, 2.30 or 3. Then let's go. Let me see producer, then particle. Let me change for line to something like tri-polygon. Okay. Then producer position Y. Let me see. Let me go something like minus 72. I think this is okay for now. That's okay for now. Now let me see. Physics. Velocity, let me go something like 20. Okay. Then let me see resistance. Let me see whether 10 will be okay. So let me play it and see. Okay, so this is okay. Cut out papers or shiny objects falling. So this is okay. You can change the colors here. Okay. But I think the red and the yellow is okay too. So let me just leave it like that. Or you can decide to go blue. Okay. You can decide to go blue. So this is okay. All right. So now that you are done with this, the particle creation, just copy it. Just copy the layer. Then come to scene 2. Then paste it here. Scene 3. Then paste it here too. Okay. All right. Now let's create a new composition, 1920 by 1080. Then name it final. Then maybe the duration, let's go something like 20. Then click OK. All right. So this is where we are going to do the arrangement. So scene 1, let's bring scene 1 in. Our scene 1 comes in straight like this. Stay there small. Then part goes away. Okay. Then scene 2 will follow. So where it starts disappearing, scene 2 will come in. Let me see. See that? All right. So here and here, hit C, opacity, set an opacity. And go 0. So this and this comes in. Stay there small before it goes in. Okay. So you cut it here. Let me just use the opacity to. So scene 3, let me bring scene 3 in. Where this one goes in, it also comes in. Let's see. So let me see somewhere here. And it start going in. Okay. So this one is okay. Okay. All right. So this is okay. Let's see. Our final animation is something like this. Then goes, then bring this one. Then zoom out, then bring this one too. Simple. So basically this is how I did the setup. So now let's create some background. Okay. Let's right click in new, solid, layer. Bring this one down. Then come to effects and type something like ramp or gradient ramp. Okay. Then maybe swap the colors. Okay. So let's keep the background simple here. Wait, it looks like yeah, the shadow on this thing is too strong. The shadow is too strong there. So let me come to picture 1, then work on that. The shadow is too strong there. Let me see. What I'll do is, let me hide this one. Let me see. Yeah. So this one, let me select max 1. Okay, max 1. Then drag it in. Hold the shift key, then drag it in. Drag it in. Okay. So that when I bring the top ones, I think they will cover the shadow. Okay. So this one is okay. So do this to the next one too. So let me see. Max 1. Let me off this one and this one. Max 1. Let me drag it in. Okay. Okay. So this one too, the same thing applies to this one too. Okay. So the max 1, let me select it, then drag it in so that the shadow won't spill out. Okay, it will be hidden behind the ring. So once you bring this ones, you see that it's hidden behind the ring. Okay, so now let's come to the final and see. Yeah, voila, it's gone. So now let's see what we have. Okay, nice. Stay there small, then goes away. Bring the next in, then it also goes away. Okay, all right. So guys, for time's sake, we can't produce everything into detail. Okay, so basically this is how I did the animation. Just that the background, I did not create it like this though. Okay, and please, if you have interest in any of my projects, just request it here and it will be posted onto my Telegram channel for you to download. All right. As for the background, you can do a whole lot of stuff to it. You can decide to go radar. Okay, then maybe bring this one under a bit, then maybe change the color to a bit golden. Okay, so I think this is okay. This is looking good. This is not bad. All right. Okay, if you want to add text, let me come to scene 1. Maybe you want to add text here. Okay, all that you have to do is just come here, insert text, maybe write something like, may all your dreams. So this particular text, maybe if this one is what you want to add to it, then make it 3D here. Okay, so let's change the text to white. All right, now let's go to animation, then select browse presets. Okay, so under browse presets, we have here text. Just open it, then come to 3D text. Then maybe select this one, 3D fly down. Okay, so double click to apply the effect. Now let's see what we have. Okay, so you see how the text came in. All right, simple. So remember remember to link the text to the null object too, so that when they are going, it will also go away. Okay, so let's see. So you can copy it, then scene 2, you paste it there. Okay, then maybe link it to the null object 2 again. Then let me scale it up. It's too small there. No, let me move it to this side. Scene 3. Let me paste it here also. Oh, it looks like I even forgot to change the images within the scenes. I forgot. Okay, it's never too late. So, scene 3, let me change the picture. What picture? Picture 3. Put the Alt key, then click and drag it to replace it. Scene 2, select picture 1, then hold the Alt key, then click and drag picture 2 to replace it. Okay, so now our final scene is like this. Okay, all right, nice. The next one comes in, and this one. All right, so guys, basically this is how I set up the birthday animation template. Okay, all right, guys, so this comes to the end of our birthday animation template tutorial. Okay, like I said, if any of you have interest in any of the project work, Okay, kindly request it here and it will be posted onto the Telegram channel for you to download. All right.